Hi everyone, welcome to my advice channel. Thank you all for joining me, and here are today's questions. Am I wrong here? I was having dinner over at my friend's house and I fixed my daughter 2 large slices of cheese stuffed pizza. Plus, the kids had been snacking previously since we were just having a relaxed time. The 6-year-old was allowed to get 2 more slices of pizza after her mother put 3 on her plate, which to me was too much. My daughter asked for more, but I told her she had enough junk for the day and to allow time for her food to digest. I also instructed her to get a bottle of water to drink. My friend inserted herself, telling me, quote unquote, to let that baby eat if she is hungry. I responded with, quote unquote, she isn't hungry after all she ate in the last 3 hours, and that her stomach wasn't bigger than mine, so if I am full, I know she is being greedy at this point. She responded by saying that I was going to give my daughter a complex and pretty much insinuating that I was mentally abusing my daughter by regulating her eating at such a young age. I lost my cool and I was like, no, I am just trying to give my daughter healthy boundaries so she won't be a fat little girl getting bullied in school. To be transparent, yes, I did know her daughter had been bullied for being overweight. Hence, she took it personally, and let's just say the argument escalated and I left. I feel as a responsible parent, you should not allow your kids to overeat. Once you know they have had enough, it is okay to say no, especially when it concerns unhealthy and heavy carb type of foods. Like my daughter can eat all the apples she wants, but I am not letting her eat through a family-sized bag of hot Cheetos. Do you think I was in the wrong for setting a boundary for my daughter in front of my friend and her daughter who struggles with weight? Context: my daughter is 8 and my friend's daughter is 6. My daughter is tall for her age but weighs 69 pounds. She is a normal-sized 8-year-old otherwise. My friend's daughter at 6 already weighs over 120 pounds last time we discussed it. In my opinion, when parents allow or overfeed their children, no matter how body positive you are, that kid still has to go to school and into this world where people are not as forgiving or accepting. It's setting up your kid to be subjected to additional bullying, and although in a perfect world, no one should bully anyone, we can control others and kids are the worst. Plus, you are giving them unhealthy practices that they will struggle against either by trying to correct it as they get older or either with fighting against illnesses like diabetes, heart failure, etc. Yes, you were actually very wrong for making that comment in front of your friend and her daughter, knowing very well that her daughter is overweight and had been bullied for that. You didn't just set a boundary for your daughter, and I think you know that. There is a time and place for certain things to be said, and there is a way to say things. I'm actually surprised how unaware you are about the comment being very rude and insensitive. You could have just said she had enough pizza and asked your friend if she had a fruit or vegetable for her. If she didn't, you could have left and gave her something at home. But that comment you made was horrible and extremely unnecessary. I understand you are looking out for your daughter's health and safety, but eating a little extra every now and then, especially during an outing or a gathering, will not do any harm at her age. But if you want to be strict about it, then be prepared to carry around healthy foods and snacks wherever you go. And please choose a better, kinder choice of words and proper etiquette when it comes to discussing sensitive topics around certain people. I'm sure if the tables were turned, you would be very hurt and upset if your friend said the same thing as you did. My mother is concerned about tattoos on my body. She emphasizes that I won't get a job. I am currently in college. Do tattoos matter at your workplace? Your thoughts on this as a parent/individual with tattoos? As far as I know, it depends on what kind of job it is and the dress code and policies of the workplace. Some don't mind at all. Some require you to cover them. Some require you to cover them based on what it is and what part of the body it's on. My husband died 8 years ago, and I am in a new relationship, which is very loving. I am still in contact with my deceased husband's family so that my kids can have a relationship with them. I feel that they cause me stress sometimes and want to cut the ties with them, but I feel guilty. Truth is, I am closer to this family than my own, which I have little contact with. My kids are old enough to reach out on their own and make decisions to get together with them. I feel it is selfish to cut ties, but I don't need the stress. Thanks in advance for any guidance. How do they cause you stress sometimes? And instead of cutting ties with them completely, maybe you should keep minimal contact. What do you say to people who drop by unannounced? I like a phone call ahead of time. You can say, "It's nice to see you, but I'm so sorry. I'm not prepared for company right now. Can we schedule another time to meet? And I'd really appreciate it if you call me an hour in advance before coming over." Being in college full time is harder than I imagined. Most days I wake up around 7 a.m., then leave at 8 to 8:20 a.m. to make it to school before 10. On Tuesdays, I get home around 2, and on Thursdays, it's usually between 5 and 6 p.m. But even then, I still have hours of assignments and studying waiting for me. By the time I eat, shower, and finish my work, I don't go to sleep until 11 p.m. or midnight. Then I'm back up at 7 to do it all again. All of my assignments are done outside of class, so I'm constantly studying. I barely see my boyfriend once a week. I don't really get time for myself, and the second I feel caught up, I'm already behind again. On top of that, home life adds more stress. My mom complains that I don't always clean enough or that when I cook dinner, it tastes bad. But most nights, I'm rushing because I still have hours of schoolwork to do or I'm just exhausted. Instead of understanding, I feel like I'm always being criticized. My mom failed the class I'm in twice, but when I try to explain how overwhelming it is, she says I'm spoiled for not wanting to work full time while in school. She's even told me if I can't handle it, I should just get a job and move out. I'm exhausted, overwhelmed, and honestly starting to doubt if I can make it in my career, especially when people around me keep saying I won't. This is a normal schedule for a college student. If the work and assignments are too much for you and overwhelming, you can always take 2 to 3 classes per semester, basically go part-time instead of full-time. You have weekends off and get off early on Tuesdays, and on Thursdays you get home around 5 to 6 p.m. What about Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays? The issue here is your mother's expectations and criticism. I would talk to her about how her actions affect you emotionally, and maybe even talk to a trusted family member and have them talk to her. Having a critical parent can make a child feel insecure, but please push through, focus on your classes, and know that one day you won't have to deal with this on a regular basis. Hopefully one day your mother will understand and change for the better. If not, you both should go to family counseling. Otherwise, this may affect your relationship with her long term. Today, I would like to end with the following quote. "The family is the first essential cell of human society." Thank you all for watching. Until next time, take care and God bless.